7 of 10 call names, and 8 of 10 put names changed since Friday. One ticker now ranks near the top in both directions, and 2 top 3 candidates are already blocked by earnings risk. Tonight, you get the complete boards, the 6 contracts worth the closest watch, and the exact conditions that turn each idea into a weight. This is a ranked research list, not 20 trades and not a prediction. You will see the contract, observed premium, liquidity, directional sensitivity, required move, and event risk. The private source stack and ranking recipe stay private. The public decision is simple. Price must confirm. The option spread must remain orderly, and the invalidation must still make sense after the open. The call board retained only NVIDIA, Novo Nordisk, and Nokia. 7 names entered and 7 left. NVIDIA stayed number 1, but the selected strike moved from 210 to 220. Novo moved from 4th to 3rd. Nokia slipped from 6th to 8th. The put board changed even more. Only QuantumScape and Carnival remained. 8 new names entered, including SOFI, NVIDIA, IonQ, and American Airlines. Carnival moved from 4th to 9th, and its selected strike changed from 26 to 27. That turnover is not proof that anything worked. It means the contract evidence changed enough to produce a different research board. Here is the August 3rd call board, all expiring September 18th with 46 days remaining. 10. Paramount Skydance, $9 call. 9. SOFI, 19. 8. Nokia, 10. 7. Transocean, 550. 6. Sentinel-1, 22. 5. PG&E, 19. 4. Nike, 45. 3. Novo Nordisk, 50. 2. American Airlines, 17. And number 1, NVIDIA, 220. The board qualifies the contracts. Number 3, Novo Nordisk, September 18th, $50 call. Novo closed at $47.09. The observed ask was $167, with volume of 7,261 and open interest of 21,593. Delta was 0.363, and the ask break-even required roughly a 9.7% move. The price trigger is above $47.50. The invalidation is below $46.15. But the company reports first-half results Wednesday, before the U.S. session. That makes this watch only until the event is over. The stock establishes a fresh range, and a live option spread is checked again. Number 2. AAL September 18th, $17 call. American closed at $16.04. The observed ask was 80 cents, with volume of 7,610 and open interest above 42,000. Delta was 0.412 and break-even required about an 11% move. The bullish trigger is above 1640. Invalidation is below 1545. American reported record quarterly revenue, but elevated fuel costs remain a real margin risk. No trade if the stock cannot hold the breakout, if energy prices pressure the airline group, or if the option spread exceeds 10% of its midpoint. Number 1. NVIDIA September 18th, $220 call. NVIDIA closed at $206.64. The observed ask was $740, with volume of 5,793 and open interest above 42,000. Delta was 0.374, and the break-even move was about 10%. The bullish trigger is above 208.70. Invalidation is below 197.15. The next scheduled earnings report is August 26, outside this week's event window. No trade on a gap straight through the trigger without an orderly retest, and no trade if the live spread becomes too wide. Novo Nordisk is event blocked. AL needs a clean breakout. NVIDIA needs confirmation above the session high. A high rank never cancels a failed trigger. Now the August 3rd put board, also with September 18th expiration. 10. Skyline Champion, 130 put. 9. Carnival, 27. 8. Marathon Digital, 11. 7. QuantumScape, 5. 6. Moderna, 50. 5. Robinhood, 85. 4. American Airlines, 15. 3. IonQ, 35. 2. NVIDIA, 195. And number 1, SOFI, 17. Number 3. IonQ September 18th $35 put. IonQ closed at $38.85 after trading as high as $40.14.5 and as low as $35.53. The observed ask was $3.45. Volume was 7,364. Open interest exceeded 17,000, and delta was negative 0.314. The break-even move was almost 19%, by far the largest of the 6 close watches. The downside trigger is below 35.50, with invalidation above 40.15. IonQ reports Wednesday after the close. This is watch only until the report is out and a new range is established. Number 2. NVIDIA September 18th $195 put. The observed ask was $7.15, with volume of 1,796 and open interest of 16,794. Delta was negative 0.317. Break-even required about a 9.1% move. The downside trigger is below 197.15. Invalidation is above 208.70. This is the opposite side of the same stock, not a contradiction. The upper boundary activates the call map. The lower boundary activates the put map. The middle is a wait. Number 1. SOFI September 18th $17 put. SOFI closed at 1803 after a sharp up session. The observed ask was 83 cents, with volume of 1,030 and open interest above 12,000. Delta was negative 0.333. Break-even required about a 10.3% decline. The put does not become interesting because the stock went up. It needs a confirmed reversal below 1620. Invalidation is above 1810. If SOFI holds the upper boundary, or if the spread expands at the open, the correct response is no trade. NVIDIA ranks first on calls and second on puts because the two contracts qualify independently. Above 208.70, watch the call setup. Below 197.15, watch the put setup. Between those boundaries, the ranking does not create a trade. It creates a plan for either confirmed direction. Retail options discussions this week are focused on longer-dated calls, event premium, assignment risk, and exit timing. But the cleanest lesson is what did not happen. Oracle and Reddit were the strongest social media overlaps in the provisional put list, and both disappeared for the final top 10. Attention can raise a question. It cannot vote a contract onto this board. Tuesday begins with U.S. international trade at 8:30 Eastern, then JOLTS at 10. Wednesday brings Novo Nordisk results before the U.S. session and IonQ results after the close. Thursday has preliminary productivity and costs at 8:30. Friday has the July employment situation at 8:30 and Federal Reserve consumer credit at 3. These events can change price, volatility, and spreads. We are not predicting the reports. We are deciding which contracts should remain untouched until the uncertainty passes. Before considering any candidate, ask 5 questions. First, did the underlying cross and hold the published trigger? Second, is the live bid and ask spread still orderly? Third, do volume and open interest still support execution? Fourth, is an earnings or macro event close enough to distort the premium? Fifth, is the invalidation still outside ordinary opening noise? If any required check fails, wait. Missing a trade is cheaper than forcing one. Now we wait for confirmation. Every name on tonight's board, triggered, failed, or never triggered, returns in Friday's scorecard. That is how a watch list becomes a record instead of a highlight reel. Educational research, not personalized financial advice. Options involve substantial risk and can expire worthless. Verify live prices, liquidity, events, and suitability before making a decision. If you want disciplined options research you can check after work, subscribe, and come back for the scorecard. 1 lesson, 1 ranked watch list, 1 disciplined process. This is the best chance daily. Professional level tracking for regular people with regular jobs. I'll see you after the close.